So this is a game I just played. My standard fast castle build order that I learned from Beastie because I suggest anybody who wants to get better at the game always get a build order for your civ. Speed this up a little. You always get, start with the gold, scout, get the sheep. Game I just played. I'm silver rank, fairly new to the game, so don't take my advice. I'm just commenting. But yeah, again, scout, get the whole area first, get as many sheep as you can, and then I check out the enemy afterwards. I feel like Dark Age, it's too soon to see what they're building, unless like a Japan civ where they might do a Dark Age spearman attack. But with this build order, I haven't encountered that yet. Yeah, building out some wisdom. The goal is to collect as much food and gold as possible, so you can go fast castle. As you can see here, the problem I've always encountered when doing this is I run out of berries. And yeah, I can go to sheep afterwards, but I like to keep the sheep as like an insurance, just in case the enemy attacks near the base. So I try not to get to them. But as of right now, I'm going to clear the rest of the area, then scout the enemy. So one thing I do is I send 5 villagers to wood, and I get 150 wood, which is enough for me to build 2 houses and another mill before I hit age 3, castle age. So it's just enough. But that's generally what I do. When I upgrade to age 2, I'll send 1 dervish to the berries and 1 dervish to the gold. But as you can see, I'm already running out of berries, so I'll build the second mill over here for these berries. It's a problem I've always had with this build. I don't know how to fix it, but you run out of berries pretty quickly. Yeah, I can hunt deer, but the key here is speed, and the deer I think would take longer. So, but he was pretty smart, the enemy. I actually used my villagers to fight him. I realized that was not a smart thing to do. So I sent my dervish to my villagers, and I actually, I scared him off, because the dervish the healing rate of the dervish is faster than the healing rate, other than the damage. So I was good on that. That was good. But other than that, again, I have enough wood. Just focusing on berries. As you can see, I got 18 on food, and I got 12 on gold. I've already begun aging up. And again, I've gotten the rest of the sheep, and now I'm going to start scouting the enemy. And now it's time to get the wood. That's what I do. I get wood. Once I go to Fast Castle, I'll get the wood. I'll send the dervish off to go to the relics, because the second I hit Castle Age, I will be able to take those relics. And the key here is to get those relics. And that's what I'll do. Once the second you hit Castle Age, I always build 3. I always build 3 cavalry, 3 stables. As you can see, he's a little aggressive here, so I went to these berries here. The problem I mentioned, you do run out of berries, so but he is a little aggressive here. Thankfully, I built the cavalry just in time, and I scared him off. And now, because you have so much gold from just saving up gold the whole time, you can just spam camel lancers. Obviously, another thing that I do here is I now just spam sending my villagers to wood, because we haven't had any wood. The age up will give you wood, but you still need to maintain the wood levels. But because he's aggressive, and I ran there are berries here. I should have gone back for those. But now I do start collecting all my sheep, and again, just collect the relics, because they have to build a monastery and then make priests, and then go collect the relics, whereas I don't have to do that. I can just send my dervish over there, and my dervish will take care of them. Again, I'm just spamming a bunch of camel lances here. I do plan on doing a raid. I am pretty bad at being aggressive early, which is something that I should do. But as you can see, I'm already mobilizing them. When you do the initial attack, or at least when I do the initial attack, I always send my dervish with them, which can be risky if they decide to counter attack while you're doing a raid. But I think the dervish are just necessary. Trying not to lose the dervish because they're expensive, but they just, especially in early game, they're paramount to keeping your units alive. I messed up here. He's going to get the sacred site, but as you can see here, the opponent was not aggressive, and the dervish's healing will allow me to attack the enemy, then retreat and attack again, retreat again without losing any units. So it is great for it. And I'll begin cutting off their food. One thing that they didn't do here was actually build defense towers and stuff like that. I did mess up on the micro here, but again, the point is to be aggressive, to cut off their food. That's generally what I'm going for. Though, to be fair, I messed up and I lost my dervish. And the opponent was not so smart about this. He kept on coming back for the gold. So for the next 5-10 minutes, I'll keep my camel lancers here, wait for him to come back, and then I'll send it on the gold again. But again, I'm building more and more units. I always have archery. So in this build, I always go stables and archeries just to start off. Because the stables, I mean, the camel lancer is very early in the game. They're OP. They're really good. They're very strong. They got good defense, and you have all that gold that you saved up, so you can make them. And with the relics, you're getting 40 gold. It's a great starter build. So I'll always build that, and then I'll always get archers. I get crossbowmen. The archers, I don't think the archers are good. Please let me know if they are good. But I'll generally go crossbowmen with the camel lancers for a beginning build. As you can see here, I'm already moving for a second raid. And again, he left one villager there, but again, not very smart of him. He's throughout the game he won't build a defense tower here. I should have sent the dervish here to heal him. That was my bad. But again, as you can see here, I have too much on the food, and I've left this farm empty. Again, something I can learn from. A mistake I've made. But yeah, I mean that's typically that. I'm building a second one here because I have these relics to store, and I ran out of food earlier, so I couldn't do it then. If you go with this build correctly, you're going to have most of the relics on the board. Because generally, if they're not doing Fast Castle, you'll get Fast Castle before them, and even if so, if you guys are around the same time frame to get the Fast Castle, then you're going to be able to take them the relic before them, because they have to build monasteries and priests, while you can just send your dervish there, place the relics down on the floor, and just go get more. So it's a great thing to do. Now, in this build, typically, according to everybody who plays it, it's generally like a quick game, a 15-minute game. Because I'm not good at the game, it's never 15 minutes for me. So, in long games for Age 4, when I go Imperial Age here, I always go for, I forgot what it's called. It's the one that spawns the camel archers, the camel units, because the blacksmith thing I find useless because you're already in Age 4, so the free upgrades are not really that effective. And the casino one, with the traders, it's too random. It's too randomized. Whereas this, with the camel units here, the camel raiders, the desert raiders, I always find them great because of the bow option. I can just, while building up my army for pursue a final advancement, these guys automatically spawn. So I can just make them, send them to the enemy, use the archers to take out their villagers, cut out their eco, and yeah, essentially just try to damage their economy as much as I can, so I have a better chance of wiping them out. One thing I always encounter when playing is my units will always, my villagers will always cut out whether it's gold mine or stone mine. They'll always, without a shadow of a doubt, run out the wall-like battle, and I'm pretty bad at managing that. I mean, there's not much else to say here. It was a good game. It went on much longer than it should because I have difficulty ending the game. But yeah, I mean that's about it. Let me just speed things up here. I'm building siege units here because I noticed that he has a keep around the gold and the sacred site, which is pretty good. And this sacred site is something that I should have gone for a lot sooner because I had the dervish just descend there. It's something that I just didn't do. Going back to Castle Age for a second, once you get to Castle Age, you have a lot of gold, and I generally spend that gold. So you just see here for a second. I'm building a keep here to get the sacred site, and he'll never push for the whole game. One of the things I do for once I age up to Castle Age is I found, which isn't mentioned in any of the build orders that I have, but you gotta upgrade because you haven't been upgrading, and it's 2 upgrades for each one because you had feudal age first, so always make sure you're upgrading both your production and your military units. I was managing other things here, so I wasn't good at micro. But again, yeah, for the Desert Raiders, they're automatically spawned, and if you switch to the bows, they're just great at taking out villagers. And generally, I'll be a lot more aggressive with this unit for the whole game. Building siege options is something I could have done. The Tower of the Sultan I love it. It's phenomenal. It's not so expensive, and in late game, and they're just really good. To be fair, I wasn't focusing on this when it happened, so I kind of just mismanaged them. One problem I have is that because the units are free, they're spawned for free every 2 minutes. I don't value them as much as other units because I'm like, okay, they're free, I'm gonna get more anyways, which is not something I should be doing. And then yeah, I just went for attack, I was stuck, and I died. But I'm taking the sacred side here, get more money. And while that was happening, I'm building up units. Again, that's when I forgot about them. So just focusing on building here. So yeah, the building of units, I'm going to do a raid here because he has his keep for the gold, and I got plenty of gold, but I've kind of run out of gold here. Definitely run out of gold. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Protecting my siege, my treads, and the treads will take him out. I love using the Willows. Even if whether they don't get any units, I still think they're really good because they can give you like a moment of defense. The enemy units will run away if they can't hit your dervish. It just gives you time for your dervish to heal your units. So it's great. It's definitely great. And the game's gonna end here. I took out all of his units and then I ran away because of the tower here. But again, because I got so many resources, I'm just gonna build a bunch of mangoes. And the mangoes are really good, I find, for the Ayyubids because we have their special reinforcement, and I can choose between attacking units and attacking buildings. So that's great. Again, Tower of the Sultans are really good. I didn't want to wait too long to build more because I was worried that, it would help them build up, as you can see they are already trying to do. But yeah, I'm going to defend them. I was a little too late on the defense, but I'm going to defend them. And the Berkshire Palace is a real pain. I've always had a pain of dealing with it. But here I just completely eliminate them. And yeah, that's game. For the Ayyubid Fast Castle. That's about it. I generally always focus on. Again, I mean, I don't know. I'm fairly new to the game, but with this build, I always focus on Camel Lancers and do small raids, build up. The late game is tricky because everywhere online for this build order doesn't mention the late game. because the game is supposed to end early. But if you're stuck in a late game, you can use the gulams a lot. They're really good, depending on what your enemy has. But other than that, I mean, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video.